Hi, thank you so much for being here. My name is Tara Long. I am the creator and presenter of the Empowered Healing webinar, which you are about to experience. And I just wanted to give us a little face-to-face time so that you could see that I am a real person. I am right now here in my home office in Honolulu, Hawaii, coming to you, bringing you lots of sunshine wherever you are. And I hope that you enjoy this presentation, and I very much look forward to connecting with you soon. All right, enjoy. Aloha. Hi, thank you so much for being here. I know we just had a little face-to-face time. And now we're going to go ahead and start the presentation of Empowered Healing, Awaken Your Inner Healer. So in order to prepare for this experience, and really this presentation is going to be an experience, and hopefully for you an awakening experience, there are a few things that I would like you to do just so you can optimize your environment to get the most out of the time that we're going to spend together. So go ahead and turn up the volume on your device just to make sure that you can hear me. Close other windows, if you will. So whatever else you have going on, go ahead and close it so you don't get any notifications and dings coming up. Find a quiet space to watch this webinar and remove other distractions. So if you can turn your phone on silent, even have it out of the room and have other devices out of the room. And as much as you can, go ahead and mitigate those outside noises. So, I know if you have kids or pets, it's not always possible, but just as much as you possibly can. This presentation is going to be, I'm going to be giving you information that you can put into practice right now for your healing journey, but it's also going to be an experience. So we're going to do some closing your eyes and visualizing and a little bit of guided visualization. So I want you to be, maybe sitting in a comfortable chair or at your desk, just someplace where you have the opportunity to really make this an experience and take this time just for you, right? This is your time now. So honor that space that you have carved out just for you. And I'm going to ask you also to get honest with yourself during this presentation. Okay, so I'm going to be asking you some questions, and just whatever comes, let it come without judgment, in these moments. And I will also say that I'm doing this recording in my office, in my home office in Honolulu, on the island of Oahu in Hawaii, and I can see Diamond Head out my window right now, and it's just really beautiful. But my neighborhood can be, because in Hawaii everything is really open, so all the windows are open, so we might get a little bit of noise from traffic, just FYI. So if you hear that, that's what it is. Hopefully it won't come too often. Okay, so who is this webinar for? I just want you to know that you're in the right place, so I just wanted to make a few points here. You're in the right place if you have experienced a chronic illness or dis-ease in the body for more than 6 months. And I put the chronic in quotes. We'll get more into that later. And I don't mean it to be offensive or that you're not experiencing what you are, because clearly you are. And I have experienced, which we'll get into later as well, chronic fatigue syndrome. But I really want us to start shifting our mindset a little bit around labels of things. So that's why that's in quotes. You have tried Western medicine with little to no help. Maybe it's helped for a little while. Maybe it helps to a certain extent, but mostly you're not better. You're still struggling, which is why you're here, right? Or you have side effects from medications that they have given you, which I see all the time and I've experienced myself as well. This webinar is for you if you've tried other therapies such as chiropractic, acupuncture, naturopathy, homeopathy, nutrition, supplements, etc., and still you suffer. Now, I have been an acupuncturist for over 10 years, so I know how powerful acupuncture is and this medicine is, and I know how powerful all of these things are, and they all can be part of your healing experience. Absolutely. But if you've been doing all of these things and you're still not to the level of health and wellness that you want to be, then you're still suffering and there's a missing piece. And in this webinar, I am going to shed some light on what that missing piece is for you. Maybe you feel hopeless about recovery. I know I did before, when I got really sick with chronic fatigue, and it took me a while to get better. So I know there were many, many moments of feeling hopeless. But you are open to another way of healing, meaning not the traditional, Western medicine pharmaceutical way. And you are ready to commit to yourself. This is big because if you're not ready for healing, if you're not ready to commit to yourself, then you may listen to this information and hear this information, and then you're probably not going to do anything about it. You might just think, oh, that's really cool in theory, but this is not theoretical. This is practical. And I know this because I've done this work for more than 10 years, not only for myself, but for thousands of other people. You have a myriad of physical and emotional symptoms. So that could include things, of course, like fatigue. And could be debilitating fatigue. So it's not just, oh, I didn't get enough sleep and I'm tired, but so tired I feel like I have lead in my veins and I can't even walk to the bathroom to brush my teeth. You feel hopeless. You have pain in the body in various places, maybe all at once. Maybe it comes and goes and moves around. You have digestive issues, menstrual issues. If you're a woman, you have anxiety, maybe even panic attacks, depression, neurological issues such as maybe confusion or forgetting words or forgetting what you were saying mid-sentence, headaches or migraine headaches, insomnia, somnolence, lack of confidence in your life. Maybe you fear that you're never going to get better. Maybe you fear that you're never going to be able to live your dreams, and you have dreams. You have dreams. Everybody has dreams, right? And maybe you fear that whatever you're experiencing in your body is going to keep you from pursuing those dreams, and that is crushing. That is a crushing thought. Maybe you want to watch your kids do things. Maybe you want to go to their whatever activities they're in and you can't do it. Maybe you want to participate in their lives a lot more, or just spend one-on-one quality time with them, and you're too tired, or you just don't feel well enough to do it. Maybe the relationship with your partner suffers, right? Maybe your physical relationship suffers because you're not interested in sex, or your relationship suffers because they don't understand what's going on for you, and it's really hard to explain. Um, and not just your relationship with your partner, maybe your friends and family too. People not understanding what you're going through and not knowing how to support you. Of course, doctors not understanding, giving you test after test and medication after medication, and still you suffer. So you're likely very frustrated, confused about what step to take, confused about maybe you want to try more natural healing, but you don't know where to start because there's so much darn information out there and it's just overwhelming. I totally understand. So maybe the picture I've just painted is you, or some of it is you, or all of it is you. And I am going to tell you that I understand. I understand your pain, your physical pain, your emotional pain. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and just take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine the challenges that you have in your body and your life. And I want you to imagine if nothing changes, if everything stays the same, and you don't do anything differently and nothing happens that's different, what is life going to be like in 6 months for you? What's it going to be like in a year? 5 years? 10 years? At the end of your life? If nothing changes, how are you going to feel? What is the feeling you will have? Is it still hopelessness, confusion, frustration, fear? So if you suffer from one of these conditions that one of these labels that a doctor has likely given you: fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome or ME, IBS, Crohn's disease, another autoimmune disorder like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, migraines, chronic pain, then you are in the right place. So stick with us. Did you know that if you experience a chronic illness, conventional Western medicine could be making you sicker? It could be not making you better, but it could also be making you sicker, because the pharmaceutical industry, for quote unquote chronic illnesses, they really thrive on giving you a medication that you're quote unquote going to need for the rest of your life. And the side effects for so many medications are just, they're very undesirable and sometimes horrible. And it's changing the chemistry of your body, and in a not a gentle way. It's very invasive. And it's just masking a symptom, potentially masking a symptom, which means you're not actually getting better. Nothing is being healed, right? You're just covering up a symptom. And if you get a side effect from this medication, likely you're, maybe on another medication that's dealing with that symptom, et cetera, et cetera. So really you're just dealing with the branches of a tree versus the root of the tree. Did you also know that you have the power to heal yourself from any dis-ease in the body completely? Did you know that? Because it's true. And that is my mission in life. My purpose is to share this message and to share the knowledge. And this statement may make you angry. It may make you frustrated to think that, well, if I had the power to do that, I would have done it already. I get people who get angry when I say things like this, because they feel like they've been doing so much work to heal, and you have. And it's not your fault that you don't know this, right? Our society is not set up for empowerment. It is set up to disempower you so that you're looking on the outside for healing. But this statement right here is true, and I'm going to show you how. So what you're going to learn today, you are going to learn how to take your power back. How to take your power back. So you feel it's not like being in control, but it's having a say in how you live and what your health is like. So once you take your power back, you can then heal yourself, which I'm going to teach you today. And you're going to learn how to change your world, because this stuff is life-changing, and to change the world, right? That's ultimately what we all want. Deep inside is we want some way to make our mark and to leave this world a better place. And when you heal yourself, you heal others, because we are all connected. We are all one. There is no separation between me and you, just different disguises, different human fleshy parts that look like different people, but really we all come from the same place. So join this revolution with me. Join this paradigm shift. I'm so excited to teach you today the empowered healing method, which we're going to get to in a moment. But first, let's do a short guided relaxation exercise. So hopefully you're in a place where you can feel really comfortable. Close your eyes. Maybe put your hands in your lap if you can. And I just want you to take a few deep breaths right now. I want you to take a few deep breaths. And I want you to feel the breath going in through your nose, down your throat, filling up your lungs. And then I want you to keep breathing beyond the lungs, down into the abdomen. And with each breath, I want the breath to become deeper and fuller, till you keep going down, 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 into the deepest part of you. to the deepest part of who you are. And I want you to really feel yourself at the end of your breath. And as you breathe in, I want you to fill up every cell in your body. Fill up every cell in your body with the vibration of healing, of love, of light. And if you can't muster that right now, if you just don't feel like you can muster that right now, any love or any light coming from you, then I want you to use the divine light and divine love that is all around you in every single moment. It can't not be there. It is there. It is part of you. You are it. It is you. So breathe it in and feel in every cell of your body. Feel it vibrating with this love and light and health and wholeness. You are whole in this moment of feeling the aliveness in your body. There is nothing else you need to be. You are whole and perfect, just as you are in this moment. Feel this in every breath. And I want you to feel the energy around your head. That's usually in our head because we're thinking so much. And I want you to bring that energy down into your heart space. And I want you to feel the heart, the awareness of the heart in your chest, beating for you, for every cell, the miracle of it. Feel the expansion of your heart. Feel the love and the light getting in, even if it's just a crack. Take that little tiny crack and just breathe into it and watch it grow and expand inside of you. And then I want you to continue to breathe the energy and move it down deep into your abdomen, deep into you until you connect with your soul. And I want you to feel this soul connection, this deepest part of you. And if you don't feel it, that's okay, because it's there anyway. Just breathe. Just feel yourself, the aliveness, the miracle, the vibration. Every cell is vibrating and humming with life, energy, with love, with light. That is who you are. And when you connect to this, love and acceptance, healing is not only possible, it is inevitable. Know this for yourself in this moment. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Taking your time. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and return back to the presentation. And now you are relaxed, maybe energized. You are centered and you are ready to receive the information you're going to get in this presentation that is going to serve you in the very best way that it can. So thank you again for being here. Let's continue. I'm so relaxed now too, I have to tell you. Every time I do those guided relaxations, I get the full benefit of it as well. So if you feel like I do right now, then that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's jump into the Empowered Healing Method. This is a 5-step method I have created over the 10 plus years that I've worked with people in order to sort of distill it down to very actionable steps. And you can use this 5-step method with any time, with any challenge that you're having, whether it's a physical symptom or some other challenge in your life. You're having an issue with, possibly a relationship or, a job, anything. This can be used in any way, but we are going to focus on using this method for healing the physical. So step 1 is own your power. We're going to go through all of these in depth, but I'm just laying them out for you right now. Step 2, surrender. Step 3, love. Step 4, hear the message. And step 5, take action. And they all may sound incredibly simple, but they are powerful. Don't let the simplicity of what I'm teaching you today fool you into thinking that it's not powerful, because honestly, the most powerful things in the world are simple, but they're right in front of us, so we can't often see them. That's why you're here. And if you stick around until the very end, I am going to offer you the intuitive 2 gifts. The first one is the intuitive investigation audio, in which we go through it's a guided visualization exercise to help you hear whatever message your body is giving you in the form of a health challenge. This audio is included in my Heal Yourself Now Masterclass online program. So I've taken it out and I'm just giving you this because it's amazing and I think everybody should have it. And you're also going to get an inspiration sheet, which is the homework that I have in my online course. I call them inspiration sheets because it's much more, I don't know, it's much nicer sounding than here's your homework. So I'm going to give you the inspiration sheet to create your own healing mantra, which is also really, really fun and powerful and gets you behind the driver's seat. We'll just say that. So if you stick around till the end, I will have these links for you so you can get those gifts for free. Let's talk a little bit about who I am, just so you know where I'm coming from and why I'm speaking to you right now. You can see I recently, just a few months ago, did skydiving for the first time on the North Shore of Oahu, which was probably one of the most beautiful places in the world that you can do skydiving. And it was amazing. And my instructor, who you can see there as well, he told me that normally on the first 30 seconds, 35 seconds is free fall. And he said that normally you can't hear people screaming because the wind is so loud. But he heard me screaming for the entire 30 seconds. I just couldn't help it. It was amazing. And that was it. But it was so fun. I highly recommend it for anybody who is an adventurer like myself. I'm a helper my whole life. It's just in my genetics. I'm a seeker, constantly seeking. I'm a paradigm changer, an explorer, an alchemist. I adore seeing the potential in things, how things can be better, how people can be better. And that's what I do. It's just naturally who I am. My core values are freedom, above all, freedom in all areas of life. And the people I tend to attract that are my clients and my patients also have freedom very high on their list as well. And, if you don't have freedom in your body, then you don't have a lot of freedom in general. So that's really key. So freedom, gratitude, love, of course, awakening, inner peace, and living from your soul. Living from who you are authentically versus living from your head and what people tell you should do and what society tells you should do. So here are a little more tangible aspects of who I am. I've been an acupuncturist for over 10 years, as I said before, and also practice nutrition. A huge part of my practice, Chinese herbology, quantum healing hypnosis technique, which is a past life regression hypnosis technique that's amazing and healing in so many ways. I practice energy healing, and mostly now I am a transformational health and life coach. So I help people to transform themselves completely, and it's so fun. And as I said before, I've helped thousands of people like you in my 10 plus years of practice. I am the creator of the Heal Yourself Now Masterclass, which is, as far as I can tell, one of its kind course online to teach people how to heal themselves from chronic illness. I have recently started a couple of months ago a podcast called the Wide Awakened Healing Podcast, which was featured on iTunes New and Noteworthy, and you can find my podcast on iTunes. and also the creator of the Empowered Healing Method, which is what we're talking about today. Why am I an expert? So besides my training, experience, and credentials, I chose to come into this world to experience many health challenges so that I may one day help you. So you can see, as a baby, I was born just. My mom has always said that I was fragile and sick, and I had asthma, I had ear infections, allergies. I almost died from croup when I was a baby, and my dad, who was a fireman, had to do the baby Heimlich to save my life. So that was amazing. But I do believe that I came into this world to experience these health challenges so that I can do what I do. And honestly, I don't know of many people that are in the healing space who have not had health challenges themselves or trauma or something like this. So let me tell you about just a little bit about my background. I'm not going to go be too long-winded here, but I had stomach ulcers at age 15. That was kind of one of my first main health challenges. And the doctors, I was in and out of doctors' offices and hospitals with little to no help. So I had endoscopies where they could go in and see all the ulcers in my stomach. They didn't believe me, actually, for 2 years. So when I was 17 was the first time that I got an endoscopy and they saw the ulcers. And so they gave me medication, right? Proton pump inhibitors that inhibit the acid in your stomach. So I would take one medication and then it would stop working and I would have to switch to another and so on and so forth. And there was no mention of stress or diet or anything like that, right? I was just a kid and I put all my stress in my stomach. That's where everything went. I also experienced chronic fatigue syndrome at the age of 22. And that's a whole long story that I won't get into the details of it. If you experience this, you know that all the implications of this. And of course, medication after medication with no improvement or just being worse. I was on Prozac and antipsychotics and sleeping pills. And, this is before I started my journey into holistic and natural healing. And yeah, I was 22 years old and I thought I was dying. I thought I was 82 years old. And for 6 months, I went to doctor after doctor until finally they gave me this diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome. And then my doctor told me that they didn't know what it was, they didn't have a cure for it, and I should go Google it. So that is, I don't think things have changed much in the past 15 years from what I hear from people who still experience this. So this led me to figure it out for myself. I had to figure out how to help and heal myself. And I did, which is why I'm here right now talking to you. Let's talk for a moment about external versus internal healing. You can see on the left here, we're focusing on what external healing looks like. So that's conventional Western medicine, which is the old paradigm, which says that a doctor is the healer. Your opinion and intuition is largely ignored by your doctor, and you take medication to change your body's physiology. Now on the right, we have healing that comes from the inside. This is a holistic approach to healing, which holistic means whole. So it's every part of you, not just the physical body, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of you as well. This is the new paradigm. This is what we're shifting to now. We're in the I don't want to say we're in the middle because I don't think we're that far yet, but people are opening up to this idea. In this approach, you are the healer. You are the healer. You have a healer inside of you that is waiting to be awoken. In this paradigm, your opinion and intuition is the most important part of healing. You awaken your own inner healer with the help of a guide to change your body's physiology. And this help from a guide or someone is necessary, I believe, in the beginning, but once you have the foundation and this is your default, you are able to do this work on your own, right? We are all here together. We need each other. There's so many amazing coaches and health practitioners out there to help you, and I believe that's a great part of your healing journey. But ultimately, only you can guide that ship. Only you are the captain of your healing journey. So right now, I'm giving you this power back. I want you to say, right now, I have the power to heal myself. I have the power to heal myself. Now we get into the empowered healing method. So this is the first one. Own your power. So only you have the power to transform your health and life. No one else can do that for you, obviously, right? No external person, no doctor, no matter how big of a specialist he or she is or how much education they have. If you, first of all, aren't ready for healing, aren't allowing healing, and you don't even know it. Most people, it's subconscious. They don't even know this. All the answers you seek are inside of you. Like to everything, the cliche of, happiness only comes from within. That's true. The same can be said for, healing your body. So take your power back from an illness and or another external force. So maybe the illness that you've been diagnosed, maybe the diagnosis, you feel like it's taking your power and you're over-identified with it. And everything you do and think and say is about this illness, and you talk to everybody you know about it, and you post endless things on Facebook about it, and it's just consumed you, right? Take your power back from that. It is not who you are. It is only an experience you are having now. And whatever other external forces, whether it be other family members who are trying to control the situation, or, well-meaning doctors. Of course, these people are well-meaning and they want the best for you. But if you're not driving, steering your own ship, then full and complete healing is just not able to happen. And until you do this, you can't move forward to healing. You can't move forward to complete healing. It's just, if someone else is steering your ship and then someone else comes to steer your ship, and everybody has a different idea about how it's supposed to be done, how far do you think you're actually going to get? You're just going to go round and round in circles. Instead, if you are steering your ship, yeah, you might take a detour here and there, and it's not going to be a straight line. But if you have your end goal in mind, you're going to get there. Eventually you're going to get there. So health and healing is a choice. There is an allowing and an intending for healing that has to happen in order for healing to happen. Now, this is a very tricky statement. People get angry at this one too, that if it's a choice, I don't choose to be sick. And yes, I hear you. I know you don't choose. Consciously, no one chooses to be sick. No one. No one wakes up and says, I really want this super crappy illness and I want to feel like crap every day of my life. Nobody says that. Right? It's not a conscious thing, and there's no blame here and there's no shame here. That is the last thing I want to do, is for you to take on any of that. So release that right now. But once you know that you have a choice in how your healing happens, then you get the power back. And of course, there's appropriate healing. So you are going to get, once you start doing this work of self-healing, you are going to get appropriate healing, the healing that you need when you need it. So things may not go exactly how you think they should or how you want them to. But when you do this work, amazing things happen and unfold in your entire life. And so you're going to get the appropriate healing. How do you own your power in action? Claim it, like we just did. We just had made that statement, right? I am powerful. I am powerful enough to heal myself. I have the power to heal myself. Only I have the power to heal myself. So state it aloud. Own it. Make it yours. Choose it. Make the choice. Make the choice right now, right here, that you choose health. I choose health. I choose peace. I choose love. You can choose whatever you want. Choose it, state it, affirm it, and know that it's true. And this doesn't mean that everything is peachy and you're positive all the time and all you have to do is say a mantra and it will be. Okay, but this is about retraining your brain to know that this is a possibility. You have the power to choose not only your external self, but also your internal self. So not only the clothes you wear and the job you have and the relationship that you're in and the, what you eat. You have the power to choose your internal self as well. Okay, so the second is surrender. Number 2 in the empowered healing method is surrender. And people think that this is a passive process, and it's not. It's an active participation in acknowledging what is, so that you may move through it in your highest to uncover more of who you are. If if you skip this step of surrender, right, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have problems, and this is probably the hardest thing for people to do, is to surrender and accept what's happening. Again, it's not a passive state. It's not giving up. You're participating in your surrender. You're taking a breath and you're saying, okay, this is happening. There's obviously a reason, but until I deeply surrender to it, I can't hear what it is. Only in surrender can you see the truth of any illness, symptom, or situation in life. Right? When what you fight only gets stronger. Think about when you push against someone or something. Literally, push against someone that's sitting next to you at some time, and they're probably going to push back. Very unlikely that they're just going to let you, bowl them over. What you fight only gets stronger. When you have a fight with your partner or your kid or anybody, what happens? They probably come back at you with strong words. What you fight only gets stronger. So only in yielding, in the surrender, can you truly, truly experience the truth of what's happening. And it's so relieving to do. It feels so good. Suffering cannot exist where there is surrender. So the definition of suffering is basically wishing something were different than it were, wishing this moment were different than it were. When you surrender, it's impossible to suffer. There is no suffering in surrender. And you may think, well, if I just surrender the whole time, then what's going to happen? Things are just going to continue in the same way. Well, you're not staying in the surrender, right? The surrender is a part of the process that you will have to go through over and over, and maybe every day and every hour. Surrender is just part of the process. How do you do it? Surrender in action. Just pause, breathe, release the wish for anything to be different than it is in this moment. Feel the relief in that. Just even if you can't surrender to the pain or fatigue in your body in this moment, surrender to something very tiny. Surrender to something that you just wish were different. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's the amount of money you have in your bank account, which again may not be a little thing, and that's a whole other topic. But just try to surrender to something right now in this moment and see how you feel. You can literally do this anytime. You can close your eyes and breathe and just let it be. Just let it be. What does it feel like to surrender completely? What does that feel like? Who are you when you surrender? Who are you when you're not surrendering? Do you like the person you are when you're not surrendering? When you're fighting something? Yeah, probably not so much. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have resistance. Non-resistance. That is the way. So here's a client of mine, Claire. She said, when I started this program, the Heal Yourself Now Masterclass, I felt like I was at rock bottom. Now, 8 weeks later, I'm shocked at the improvement I have made. It's remarkable. Loving yourself is key. When you truly open your heart, it's amazing what and who comes into your life. I absolutely love and believe in this program. Working with Tara changed my life. I am such a different person, and I feel so free. And Claire really is a completely different person from when I started working with her. She Claire had an eating disorder for her basically her whole life, and she was almost 30 years old. And after we worked together, I just saw her the other day actually, and she said that it's been almost a full year since she's even had the urge to binge and purge. And she has no urge anymore, absolutely none. She's completely transformed. She's literally, it's amazing. So that's just a little, peek into what the program is like. All right, now we're getting into the third step in the Empowered Healing Method. All right, which is love, of course. Love, love, love. Love is the miracle cure. It really, really is. Unconditional love for yourself, the dis-ease in any struggle or circumstance. This is not, in my experience with people, this is something I work on with every single person that walks into my office and or that I talk to on the phone. And loving yourself is an easy concept. And most people go, "Oh, I love myself a lot." And I don't doubt that you do and that anybody does love themselves. But this unconditional love, it's usually I love myself when everything is great. And when things aren't going so well, not so much, right? You actually have to love it to heal it. Love, it transmutes everything unlike itself back into love. You know that whole imagery of in a light room. If a room is filled with light and you try to put darkness in there, you can't, right? I mean, you have to. There's no way. I mean, unless you go and you can't take the light out of the room. It's impossible. But in a dark room, you can put a little tiny bit of light, and it's not dark anymore. So love gets the light in, it gets the cracks in, right? And then it just takes over. It just transmutes it all back into love. So you actually have to love what's happening and love yourself through what's happening in order for the healing to fully happen, because and it's part of the whole surrender process. Until you do this, things aren't going to move forward. So you have to love yourself when you're in adversity, which is the most challenging and the most necessary. So when you're in adversity and you feel like crap and you wake up and you're like, my God, why is my stupid body doing this to itself? Or why? Why me? And you think of other people to blame or whatever. It can go on and on. But when you just take a breath and you say, you know what? It's okay. I am here for you. I've got your back and I love you. And you say this to yourself. Most people want to just abandon themselves, jump ship. This is the time when you need yourself the most, because you are the one who has the power to be there for yourself above all. It doesn't mean that you don't have community and support, because that is equally as important. But if you don't have yourself first, it doesn't matter how many other people are supporting you, because if you're not supporting yourself, then it's not going to work. So you have to love your own heart. You have to love your own heart, which is beautiful and divine and wonderful and full of just full of good things, right? So you have to love your own heart. It's so easy to love other people and other people's hearts and tell them how much. Or maybe it's not so easy, but it's easier typically than loving your own. And then, of course, loving yourself first. Loving yourself first. Which people think is narcissism, or we've been taught in our culture, how dare I love myself first before other people? But if you don't fill up your glass first, you have nothing to give to anybody else. Love in action. How do you love yourself in action? Look in the mirror, in your own eyes, and say, I love you. I love you, Tara. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Do it until it doesn't feel weird to do. Just do it every day until it doesn't feel strange. I love you, I love you, I love you. Say I love you silently or aloud to yourself daily, all day long, as much as you possibly can remember. Love the one who's sad, angry, sick, frustrated. If you feel like you can't love yourself right now in this moment, that's okay. Love the one who can't love yourself. Love the one who's upset. Love the one who feels like crap. Just love that one. And guess what? In doing that, you're loving yourself. Right? Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher Matt Kahn, who has the Love Revolution, he has a YouTube channel. He just says, if you can't love yourself, love the one who can't love yourself. So, love, love, love. Number 4, listen to the message. This is really fun. I think this is really fun because you're actually getting messages, right? There are messages underneath the physical imbalance. Every physical imbalance is a message from your body that something needs to change or awareness needs to be brought to some part of your life. This can mean so many things. It can be so simple. It can be as simple as you need to drink more water. Don't wear those high heels anymore. Hey, this guy that you're dating, not good for you. It can be your job is killing your soul, right? you're not listening to your soul and we are dying. It can be all of those things, but it can also be super, super simple. The illness or physical ailment you experience is neither good nor bad, but rather a message or gift to bring you closer to your soul's desire and your true nature, which of course is love. So this physical ailment, right, to not be in judgment of it can be challenging, but if you can take the judgment out of it, it's not good, it's not bad, right? When you're not judging it, the message or gift is able to be revealed. Because if you're judging it, think of when you're upset with someone and you go full force at them and you're judging them and you're saying, you did this to me or that to me, and or someone is doing that to you. What happens? They shut down, you shut down. There's no messages being revealed to anybody, right? No one is being served in that situation. So when you're not judging the challenge, the message or gift is able to actually be given to you. Okay. How do you listen to the message in action? Well, you have to get quiet enough to hear it. This is, I call it your intuition, higher self, your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it. All right. All you have to do is get connected to it. This can be done through meditation. It can be done through being alone in nature. This picture on the left is a hike I did on Kauai, the island of Kauai, the Nepali coast, and it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. This picture doesn't do it justice, but it's really like so amazing. And just being in nature, you will hear all kinds of messages if you ask, right? You have to also ask for the message. There's many ways to connect to your intuition, many, many, many ways. I actually did a podcast episode on 11 ways to connect to your intuition. So take a listen to that if you need some ideas. So Sarah, this woman I worked with, Sarah, she had irritable bowel syndrome. She doesn't have it anymore. She says, Tara can fix and give someone their life back. I am forever grateful to her, and so are the students that I get to teach every day because I'm not running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Sarah teaches children's theater, so of course she can't be running back and forth to the bathroom all the time, right? And, just to clarify, she says, I can fix and give someone their life back. Okay, that's not me. I'm guiding that process. Sarah is the one that actually did the work to get her life back. But yes, she did it with my guidance. So I just want to state that. But yeah, she is totally well now. So yay, Sarah. And the final and fifth step is, of course, taking action. And you're not taking action just to take action, but you're taking action from your soul. You're taking action, it's called inspired action. Without action, nothing changes, right? You can watch this presentation 1,000 times, but if you don't do anything about it, nothing changes. So again, what will your life be like in 6 months if you don't do anything? If everything stays the same and you don't ask for help or get help in any way, shape, or form. How are you going to take action? Based on the message your body is giving you, which you will get quiet enough to hear, make a list of action steps that need to be taken for healing. Inspired action, right? This isn't just let's make a list and check things off. This is how do you want to feel, and then making your goals around how you want to feel. Stay connected with your soul and check in along the way. Stay connected with your intuition. Hey, intuition, higher self, soul, is this right? If you feel a heaviness in your body, it's a nope, it's not, or maybe not yet. If it's a lightness in your body, then, and you feel good when you think about taking this action, chances are it's inspired action. Create a plan, write the plan down, include dates in the plan, right? And also tell a friend, a family member, your partner to help keep you accountable, okay? If you're doing this on your own, this is what you need to do. List what you're going to add to your life. What practices are you going to add to your life? List what you're going to subtract from your life, which is often left out in people who are trying to make changes and transform themselves. Okay, you have to take a lot of stuff out that isn't serving you or your highest right now in order to make space for things that are, in order to make space for the healing process. And all of these things I just mentioned are things that we do when you're working with me. we do this together, okay? So this is something that I take you through step by step, and it's a formula that has proven to work time and time again. So work with a coach or a guide. You can heal yourself, of course, but you need someone to guide you. If you've never done this work before, if you're confused and don't know, where to start, or even if you know all of these things that we've talked about today, but you're still here with me right now, obviously you haven't actually done them. So you need a system, an approach that is going to help you to get there. Dana, a woman that I worked with for a while, she said she was actually a pharmacist. Dana was. She said, despite trying every medication that Western medicine has to offer, I have suffered from chronic insomnia, constipation, and polycystic ovarian syndrome for most of my adult life. Fed up with taking multiple medications every day with endless trips to doctors' offices, I decided to try an alternative approach. When I stumbled upon Tara, I had no idea what a profound change she would have on my life. Tara's passion for her practice, as well as her genuine and compassionate demeanor, make you feel instantly comfortable and relaxed. I'm very grateful to have found Tara, and I highly recommend her. So thank you, Dana, for that. So here's what we've covered so far. The empowered healing method. You gotta own your power. Claim it, own it, state it. Number 2, surrender. And if you're still suffering, more surrender. That life is asking for more surrender, deeper surrender. Step 3, love what is in yourself unconditionally. I love you, I love you, I love you all day long. Number 4, neutralize and hear the message your body is giving you. Okay, get quiet enough, remove the distractions, take the junk out of your diet so you can have a clear channel to your intuition. Number 5, take necessary action, inspired action to move you toward healing. And healing as a journey is not a straight line. It is convoluted. It is up and down and all over the place. But in the end, it is worth it. It is worth every detour because it's all getting you back to who you are, closer to yourself. So, as promised, I have a special invitation for you. And I think I actually forgot to mention that I have a special invitation for you. I'm not selling anything on the webinar. There's nothing for you to buy. I'm just offering you the opportunity to have a conversation with me, a healing discovery session in which we will do a few things. So if you are struggling with a health challenge that is running your life, you need help, right? Yes or no? I mean, if you've been dealing with this thing for more than 6 months and you're not well and you're here watching this, then you need help. And I'm your lady. So why work with someone who will guide you on this journey? Well, I'm going to keep you accountable. Like I said before, I'm going to help you through step by step and keep you accountable. You can't see yourself clearly right now. So you need help to identify your blocks to healing and transmute them, right? That's where I come in and this program comes in. It's my job to offer you the environment of healing. It's literally my job to create for you the environment of healing. I have taken this upon myself happily, with pleasure. I am 1,000% committed to your success. As far as I'm concerned, this is my reason for being in this lifetime, to, of course, experience and express love in the form that I am in, which is all of our purposes, right? But if you're not doing that, then you're suffering. And it is my job to help you find your way back to yourself, to remember yourself. So I am literally so committed to the process. You have no idea. You have the answers within. My gift is to help you to find them and take the inspired action. You may know and even understand the concepts we've been talking about today. You may have been on a spiritual journey for your whole life, but if you still don't have the health you desire, then you're not practicing the things that will heal you. You have not yet committed to yourself 100 or 1,000%, right? It's just not happening. So if you feel hopeless about recovery from one of the following, again, you need to awaken the most powerful healer in the universe, which is you. Chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, an autoimmune disorder, IBS, chronic pain, migraine headaches, Crohn's disease, depression, panic attacks, anxiety, debilitating stress, or another health challenge that you have experienced for more than 6 months. It literally can't get more clear than that. If you suffer from one of these things, you need help, and I can help you. Okay, this is what I do. So if you've been working at getting better and you're not well, it's likely that you've been focused on only or mostly on the physical aspect of healing, ignoring all of the other levels in which healing must happen, which is the emotional level, the relational level, which is the relationships you have with yourself, first and foremost, with other people, with a higher power. Whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, we go through that, whatever that means for you, whether you call it God, the universe, source, all that is, or nothing at all. Okay, there's healing that needs to happen on the mental level and the spiritual level. A physical imbalance is not created on the physical level. It is not. It is created in these other levels: emotional, relational, mental, spiritual. So it cannot be healed fully on the physical level. So if you've been eating kale until your eyeballs fall out and you're not getting better, this is why. Okay, I mean, there's so many other reasons, but and when we work together, of course, the physical healing is part of the process, because it's a piece. It's definitely a piece of the puzzle, but it's just not the only piece. It's just the one most people focus on. So yes, of course, it's important. We do talk about diet and all of these things on the physical level as well. So, has this been an experience for you? Are you awake yet? Do you see? Do you see the missing piece for yourself? That you haven't taken your power, you haven't owned it, you haven't believed in the possibility of complete, total, and utter healing. I want you to close your eyes again for a moment. And I want you to imagine what you want. Okay, I want you to imagine what you want: energy, stamina, ease in your body, fulfilling relationships, complete self-love and self-acceptance, just as you are right in this moment. You feel great in your body, in your mind, in your heart. You know what you want in life, and you have the energy to go for it. You have the energy to follow your dreams. You have the clarity to know what your dreams are. You sleep great. You have no more insomnia. You're not sleeping too much. No more somnolence. You have great relationships with people, with your spouse, with your friends, your family. You have great sex with your partner, if that's part of your life right now. You can stay up past 9 p.m. You can make plans. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best things in the world, when you can actually make plans and keep them, because you're not worried about how you're going to feel or not feel. Now, I want you to imagine all of this and more. What do you really, really want? What is your deepest heart's desire in this moment? I'll say it again. What is your deepest heart's desire? How do you want to feel? Imagine that you can feel that way, and you can have all of these things in your life and in your body. I am telling you that it's possible, and if you do this work, it is inevitable. If you do the work of loving yourself, accepting yourself, and allowing for unlimited healing, if you own your power and follow these 5 steps of empowered healing, right? And if you need help and you get someone to help you, to guide you, right? If you let me guide you on this journey with you, this is all possible. So if you are ready to commit to yourself and commit to your healing journey, whatever that looks like, right? It looks different for everyone. Go ahead and sign up for a healing discovery session with me. This is a no obligation and no charge call where we will be one-on-one together. You will be speaking with me. And in this session, we're going to explore what message your body is giving you in the form of a health challenge. We're going to discover an instant plan of action unique to you to catalyze healing. And I'm going to give you one simple step that you can do now to start feeling better and be closer to freedom. And again, it's no obligation to you. The call lasts about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and it really could be the best 30 minutes of your life, really, or just that you've had in a long time. It can really help you to start this healing journey, and it is my honor and pleasure to do this. I love talking with you. And of course, I have a limited amount of spots because I'm just one person and I do all the calls. So if you would like one of these sessions, I would recommend that you go ahead and fill out this form right here as soon as you can, wideawakenedhealing.com/discovery. And it's just a one-page form. It's really simple. It just gives me a little bit more information before we get on the phone together so that I can just be, the most prepared for our call. And I really can't wait to talk with you. I'm really excited for you. So I acknowledge you for taking the time to invest in yourself and your health. If you are still here and still listening, you are committed to your healing. And this is the first step for any successful healing journey is to intend for it. And you're here, so that tells me that you are committed. So I just want to thank you again so much for attending. And here is, as I promised you, your free gifts: the intuitive investigation audio and the inspiration sheet to create your own healing mantra. And you can find links below that will send you to both of these places. So I hope that you enjoy these. And if you have any comments and you want to tell me how these free gifts, changed things for you or affected you, please let me know over on my website, wideawakenedhealing.com. And yeah, let's get you into this bubble. Let's get you in here. So if you want to be in the bubble and you want some help doing it, go ahead over to wideawakenedhealing.com/discovery, fill out the one-page form. I will be in touch with you shortly. We'll set up our call and we'll get you going, and we'll get you closer to being the fullest expression of love that you can be in this life, which is, I think, what we're all here to do. So thanks again so much, and I wish you a lot of aloha. Thanks.